Here we go.
Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. My name is Declan. If you enjoy talking about movies in any way, shape or form, you're going to feel right at home here. In today's video we're going to be discussing the first official photo we have received from Denis Villeneuve's upcoming Dune, which is going to be releasing on December the 18th later on this year, and this photo comes to us from Vanity Fair. Now this is very exciting news for me. Denis Villeneuve is my favourite director of all time. I adore his work. I think he's absolutely phenomenal. Just every single one of his films I love, and my favourite film of all time is Blade Runner 2049, which of course was directed by Denis Villeneuve. I just think that he's an absolutely spectacular filmmaker who just constantly delivers and is truly, in my opinion, the best director we have working today in terms of like the new wave of directors. Like, he is the best. Like, and I think, you know, as time goes on, he will go down in history as one of the greats. In terms of just all of his films, the way he's able to deliver time and time again, all of his films, each one brings something different to the table, each one brings something new, and each film that he does is almost a completely different thing for him, and I just absolutely love it. And when it was announced that Denis Villeneuve was going to be taking on Dune, I just knew it was perfect, because you just have to look at films like Blade Runner 2049. You know, the way he was able to take a film like that, which is a really high concept, you know, high sci-fi sort of thing, and just bring it to the screen in such a way, and obviously being a sequel to Blade Runner, which is also a phenomenal film in its own right, doing a sequel to Blade Runner, and in my opinion surpassing Blade Runner, it just proves how talented Denis is as a director. So when he was announced to be directing Dune, I was so excited, and I've just been waiting for our first official look at this film, because it's just one of those things that I couldn't even conceptualize in my head what this movie was going to look like. I didn't know how Denis was going to bring this to life, because I don't know anything about Dune, really. I don't know much about it. I've never read the original novel. I've not even seen the 90s film with Carl McLachlan and Sting. I've not seen that. So this will be my first complete, sort of bringing into the world of Dune, and I'm not going to do any research about Dune going into this, because quite frankly I kind of want my first experience to be this. I kind of want it to be that, which it may be naive, it may be a bit blind of me to not look at the source material and stuff like that, but to be honest, given the fact that this is such a special movie for me with Denis doing it, I kind of want my first experience of Dune to be his interpretation, so I'm very excited to check this out. So we now have our first official look from Vanity Fair at Timothee Chalamet in the lead role of Paul Atreides. Now he is of course sort of the main character. This was Carl McLachlan's character from the 90s film, and we now have a first official look at Timothee Chalamet in the lead role, so I'll pop that on screen now, and oh my Lord Jesus, this is just stunning. You just have to look at the backdrop. Like, if you just look at the background there, it just looks absolutely insane. Just the expansiveness of the world, like how, you know, it feels so grounded in realism, but it also has this element of high sci-fi to it with those floating outcroppings of rock in the background. It just feels like this world is already so well realized just based on this one photo. I think that the background, obviously this is going to be a big sci-fi world. This is just one area in the movie that I'm sure we're going to explore many more as the movie goes on. But seeing this, just the world alone looks absolutely incredible. And again, going back to Blade Runner, in 2049, we were able to see how Denis was able to kind of encapsulate these fantastical worlds and how beautiful they were and how incredible they were to explore. And I think that we're going to have a similar thing with this film. I think we're going to have a similar kind of exploration and a similar kind of, delve into these worlds. And this one alone, it just has this sense of eeriness to it. It has a sense of boldness to it, which it really excites me. It really excites me. And let's just talk about Timothee Chalamet himself, of course, who you can see there in the forefront. He's going to be playing Paul Atreides, who is the main character. I don't know anything about the character, I just know that he's playing Paul Atreides. And of course, Timothee Chalamet is just one of the many cast members. The cast for this thing is absolutely ridiculous. People like Jason Momoa and Oscar Isaac, Rebecca Ferguson. This cast is incredibly expansive. Dave Bautista's coming back from Blade Runner. We could just see his design there. It's just a big look for Timothee Chalamet. This is a big look for him. The hair is, pretty much kind of what Timothee Chalamet's had before, but again, it's a bit more puffed out, which I think it looked good for him. Also, the distinctive black look, the overcoat, it's very distinctive. He stands out very much in this photo. The gloves are also very distinctive. The belt is very distinctive. I just think that his look is beautiful. It looks stunning. And I think that, you know, for these characters in this film, that it's going to be incredibly expansive and incredibly, again, high sci-fi. You kind of want these characters to look distinctive in a way, but also that fits into the world, and this is just the perfect example of that, because this character is dressed in a way that isn't necessarily what you would see in the real world. It's not too far afield, but it's still, you know, it still feels like it belongs in a sci-fi world, but it still very much feels like it belongs within the world of the photo as well, which is really nice to see. So I think that Timothee Chalamet he just looked great here. He looks fantastic, and I'm very excited to see Timothee Chalamet in this role, because I'll admit, I sort of said this when Timothee Chalamet was first cast, but when he was first cast, I wasn't that excited about it, and that's just because Timothee Chalamet wasn't an actor that really had impressed me that much by that point. Even though he had impressed me in the roles he had been in, he hadn't really done anything other than being a mopey teenager. But since then, he has come out and done more roles different to that, which has impressed me much, much more. In, you know, roles like The King, which I've not seen yet, but even just based on the trailers, I can just tell that's a different kind of role for him, you know? I can just feel that kind of different sense of it. And there's also another film that came out recently that for some reason I can't remember, but it was the one movie that really spoke to me, where I was like, yes, now I can see Timothee Chalamet in Dune, because that was something completely different. And for some reason, I just cannot remember it for the life of me. I can't remember what the movie was. It was fairly recent, but it was really good to see Timothee Chalamet kind of step up into a different kind of role, because it got me a lot more behind what he was going to be doing in Dune. And this photo, again, kind of pushes that. So overall, just a look at this photo, obviously there's not too much to say about it. It is just our very first look. Vanity Fair have said we're going to be getting something else tomorrow, whether that might be the first look at the poster or something like that. We are going to be getting something from them tomorrow, or it's just another photo from the movie. We're not quite sure yet, but I mean, I can't help myself. I'm so excited about this. As a huge fan of Denis, again, he's my favourite director. I was going to watch whatever he's going to do, you know? I was going to watch whatever this movie was going to be. But the fact that he's doing another big sci-fi epic like Blade Runner 2049 just gets me incredibly hyped. And seeing this photo, seeing how beautiful it looks and how stunning and how well realised this world looks, and how, you know, just distinctive and outstanding Timothée Chalamet looks throughout the photo, it just gets me really excited about the movie. Really, really excited, and I just can't wait to see it. Obviously, it's coming out at the very end of the year, December the 18th. This is a huge cinematic event. I can't wait to see it on a big IMAX screen. I'm going to try and get on the biggest screen I can to see this film. I'm actually planning to travel down to London to actually see this movie on opening night, because that is going to be an insane experience. But what do you guys think about this photo? Of course, as I said, there's not too much to delve into, but as basically a Denis fanboy, I had to come out and do a video on this. But what do you guys think about it? Make sure to let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. And as always, guys, if you want to see more movie reviews and movie-related videos just like this one, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss an upload from me. And I hope to see you guys again next time.